I think it's a positive thing anywhere to have an LGBT history festival, but I think it's particularly appropriate in Shrewsbury because in a quiet way, Shrewsbury has been becoming a kind of rainbow place for quite a few years now. It's not one of the great metropolises, it's not one of the places with a huge gay village, but I think slowly but surely people are coming to think, yeah, Shrewsbury, that's a good place to be gay.
February 2016 was quite an occasion here in Shrewsbury as we hosted the second ever National Festival of LGBT History, which was initiated by Schools Out.
We instigated LGBT History Month in 2005 and launched our first national festival last year in Manchester. And tonight, here we are in Shrewsbury on Valentine's weekend, and I'm feeling the love, I'm telling you.
This year's festival had regional hubs held in York, Manchester, London, Bristol and Newcastle, and in Shrewsbury, the only one that isn't a city.
It's a celebration of being LGBT and of being proud of who we are and not hidden away and apologetic for who we are.
It's a fantastic programme of talks, workshops and performances.
This actually is a really, really proud moment for my town. Here we are, Shrewsbury, and we're up with the Manchesters, the Liverpools, Newcastle upon Tynes at this really historic moment.
Events like this feel really important in terms of our own community and inspiring us to actually continue doing this work and make sure that everyone feels safe and actually celebrating our lives and our achievements and recognising that we've always been here, even if we might have been hidden.
I was quite interested in the old LGBT history, like the very old LGBT history, because like nowadays we do have it a lot better. But in the past it was illegal to be gay or lesbian or bi, so people had to hide it, and I just was interested in how they survived and how they lived.
These guys are facing different barriers and we need the support of the older groups to be able to keep pushing, I think.
LGBT History Month is really important. Having knowledge of our history can not only create awareness, but also can inspire and empower us. We can draw on the lessons of the past to build on and create success in the future.
But what's great about festivals like this, it celebrates the cultural diversity, Like, it lets people know that there are lots of different types of people in a smaller area.
Certainly for me personally, I found that learning about other people has helped me come to terms with myself a lot more. So I think it's really important for other young people, especially in Shrewsbury, to know that there is stuff going on.
Any festival like this gives people who are perhaps not out or only partly out more confidence.
And, so actually certainly, in rural England, but maybe everywhere, there are individuals anyway for whom it's still as it was before, that they have this huge fear of coming out and rejection, really, a mixture of shame and rejection.
I think Shrewsbury is the perfect size community for a history festival of any kind because it's more of a community event. I think things in larger areas might get lost.
Let me tell you that hope is alive, and it's alive in young people in Shrewsbury.
My best bit of learning as an old teacher was to see the young students this morning from William Brooks School and to know that schools are different now, and that young people like that have joined the fight.
Lack of understanding with like pansexual, asexual, polysexual, demisexual and non-binary.
Whether it's for homophobia was a fear or not, and obviously it's not.
You've shown that when young people themselves take the initiative, it really does make a difference and gets results. I've been particularly amazed and awed by the work being done in local schools. Not only just profiling LGBTI issues, but also doing research. So that's really pioneering stuff.
I'm so proud of them. They speak to younger people for the first time in our open evening when Year 6 students are coming around to see whether they want to come to our school or not with their parents. the students had a stand, an LGBT stand, saying, you know what, we accept disability, LGBT, black, white, we accept everybody. And it was right out there for parents and young children to see.
And so from this little acorn, there is a massive tree, a massive tree. And I don't think they realise it. You know, this has been a privilege, an absolute privilege. Thank you.
I've been with Stuart today in some of the schools, which has been really interesting. We went to Millbrae School this morning, talked to 500 school kids. And then we went to New College Telford this afternoon and 200. And Peter Tatchell, I think, spoke to 200 this afternoon. So today, almost 1,000 young people in Shropshire have had some kind of input and some interesting thoughts and experiences. So it feels really positive.
It's important to me because it's nice to know that people were fighting for my rights before I actually knew they needed fighting for. Because when I was younger, none of this existed to me. It was completely oblivious. It's only when I went to college and started being around people who were like me that I was able to become more open about who I was, and also learning about all these wonderful events that I could go to express who I was and to learn more about people fighting to be who they want to be. So thank you very much.
I was asked if I was sad that my uncle didn't get to see a day when there's all these LGBT elected officials and people have come before him, or even, you know, could your uncle have imagined in Shrewsbury that you'd be out talking to schools or that we'd be out celebrating? And my answer is always the same, absolutely. He did see this. He dreamed of it, which gave him the courage to take those bullets. He dreamed of each of you, and that's what gave him the courage to put forth his life, knowing that it would be taken. That message that rang out, his tape-recorded message, let the bullets that smashed through my brain smash through every closet door. Let these bullets take down everyone's mask. Let it bring forth our authenticity. He dreamed of this day, so he absolutely saw it, and he's so pleased that you are here supporting LGBT history.
And it's important that we remember our LGBT history and share that with other people, because it might give them hope for the future, especially our young people like Lauren here today. And it's important that we celebrate things like this today, because all of the actions that have happened previously are really important. They inform not just LGBT rights, but civil rights and human rights.
The completely unexpected thing last night was we had two mayors here. We had the mayor of Shrewsbury, but also from nearby Telford.
Yeah.
But also, what a find, he happens to be mayor of Telford this year, and actually he, on the basis of what was best for the child, he approved adoption by a gay couple for the first time ever in this country in the 1980s.
Unknown to me, I had became the first justice in the United Kingdom to use the 1985 Children's Act, which said the welfare of the child is paramount, to make an adoption order for a gay couple. A lad that they've been looking after.
Yeah, that was leaked. That was a round of applause
Yeah,
straight away.
I wasn't expecting to see him or hear that, story. Which
that was
just
quite
great.
moving, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we heard a series of presentations, including things like 10 Years of Sparkling in Manchester, No Secret Anymore, The Lives of Older Lesbians, the impact of religion on sexuality and gender in the Black British community, and more, including one on the launch night from Dr. Emma Vickers from Liverpool John Moores University.
I run one of the only courses on LGBT history in the UK at John Moores, and my research tends to look at minorities in the British Armed Forces. And when I was an undergraduate at Lancaster, I was reading brief accounts of same-sex desire in the British Armed Forces that hinged on themes like deprivation and criminality, and which essentially wrote out the existence of same-sex desire as a wartime aberration, or limited to prisoner of war camps, or as a consequence of contemporary desperate academics imposing same-sex desire on the past and stretching the truth.
And I don't think I've ever had the privilege of being on a platform with quite such distinguished speakers, so I'm a little bit overawed here.
And it's been my privilege and honor to be here. To me, this is as meaningful as having gone to the White House or speaking in the House of Lords or anywhere else, because change happens here, from us, from each one of us.
Alongside the presentations, we used other media. At Shrewsbury's fantastic museum and art gallery, we had an exhibition up on the balcony.
just walking over to the museum and seeing the LGBT exhibit, but then also it's kind of built on this foundation of all this other history on the floors below. It's like you really have a sense of your history here, so it's great.
And the festival was outside as well as inside. We had a huge projection of a rainbow advertising the festival on the Market Hall building, thanks to Wild Strawberry. LGBT Shrewsbury produced a walking map of significant locations in Shrewsbury that are connected to lesbian, gay, bi, trans history. Saturday night was cabaret night, where we had film, music and performance at the Hive Music and Media Centre. We were delighted when local musician Beth Pryor offered to write 2 brand new songs especially for the festival, one about lesbian pirates, the other about cross-dressing soldiers, and sang them with Hannah Fermor.
I know the quiet cousin of the pirate superstition that braces such men, and innate is the whisper of the moon while she is wading to the ears of these men. So I sail the 7 seas, me and my lady, sail the 7 seas, for they never faze me.
The night's MC was Helen Sandler. We also welcomed Peter Scott Presland with his own particular repertoire of songs, and all the nice girls who brought us something a bit different.
Easy, free and easy, he's the ladies' pride. Don't you believe it? Girls, if you'd like to love a soldier, you can all love me.
Glad to be gay, and I want an echo. I'm going to split you down the middle. It's panto season, okay? So over this side and that side. So glad to be gay, echo. Glad to be gay, and then again. Glad to be gay, echo. Glad to be gay, and then all together. Traveling gay cabaret.
The event has been really gone down well. You never know, right? I don't think the organizers even knew.
Stu Maddox came over from San Francisco to screen his film Real in the Closet, which pulls together archival clips from LGBT people's home movies.
They sure have a track record of success with other stuff, so, you know, it felt like it was a pretty sure bet to come all the way over and check it out.
And on Sunday, we enjoyed The Times of Harvey Milk, introduced by his nephew Stuart Milk, and what an occasion. It was an absolute sellout and had a standing ovation at the end.
I'm just totally and utterly overwhelmed. We've had an amazing weekend. It's actually surpassed all our expectations.
It's been really interesting. I think I've certainly learnt a lot about history of LGBT people, which I wasn't really aware of much of the history before now.
My wish would be that we'll all be here again next year.
It's a really great credit to the organisers that we've got an event here in Shrewsbury that has actually made a really big local impact.
On the 18th of April 2016, a local organisation called SAND, Safe Ageing No Discrimination, voted to adopt the festival as a project to ensure its future, and we're really looking forward to the next few years.